Hello everyone, welcome back to Allcarnews, and we have a bit of a breaking news update right now for you guys. One of my followers has just sent us what appears to be a message to the Audi Canada dealership network, and basically saying that the Audi TT and the Audi RS3 are dead for the entire market and because of their 5-cylinder engine. So let's dive into this message and let's talk about what this means for the rest of the world and the 5-cylinder engine. Okay everyone, so let's take a closer look at this message before going on. So this message looks like it was sent to Audi dealers or Audi partners as the message is directed to, and it's basically saying that due to new Canadian law and registration for new vehicles in the Canadian market, likely referring to emissions targets and different certifications, they're saying that it's no longer possible for Audi Canada to offer the 5-cylinder engine in the Canadian market. So this also means that Audi Canada and the dealer network is no longer marketing or selling the RS3 and the TTRS, which are the only two products sold in North America with Audi's 5-cylinder engine. And it goes to even more detail in length, saying that the model year 2022 TTRS has both been removed from their order guide and website. Their planning and distribution team are going to be canceling orders for the model year 2022 TTRS over the coming weeks, as the model will not be produced for this market. This is pretty unfortunate news, and Audi is saying that they're kind of considering a customer care package for people who are considering those models, which is probably very low numbers anyway, but still very unfortunate to those customers. And they're also saying that they're considering for increasing production of other RS or RS or sport models for the Canadian market to kind of like compensate for the loss of these two. But they also do kind of reassure RS3 LMS track version customers that will still be continued to produce for the Canadian market, as it doesn't have to comply for road regulations as it is a track-only vehicle. So this is pretty unfortunate. So my first thing I want to see was, is this really true? So I headed over to Audi Canada's website, which is pretty easy to do. I think it's just audi.ca. And yeah, it's true. I kind of have it overlaid right here, but the RS3 and the TTRS are no longer even on the website, are not even mentioned on the website. You can obviously see that it's in both under the Audi Sports section as well as their general kind of vehicle area. It's gone, which is really kind of shocking. I'm guessing this is kind of due to new emissions regulations or different regulations in the Canadian market, but thankfully they are offered in the US market. But that doesn't really mean a whole lot of good news for the 5-cylinder power plant. At least in North America, it's only offered in the RS3 and the TTRS, and a few other markets, it is also offered in the Audi RSQ3 Sportback and our RSQ3 SUVs, and I believe in a Cupra SUV as well that they're also offering this engine. But here, that's all we get. And just recently, Audi did announce that the Audi TTRS and basically the TT in general will be dying off, and that the 2022 model year will be the last year that the TTRS is offered in the United States. Yes, this is in Canada, but now we're just going to shift this over because this was a recent kind of news update on the RS or TTRS. They're saying they're going to be launching a Heritage Edition. Only 50 units of the Heritage Editions will be sent to the US. It'll be really, really rare, and it's going to be costing around $81,000 US. I guess Canada will not even be getting this at all now, which is kind of unfortunate. They'll be getting some nice signature Heritage colors as well. There'll be 10 different colors from Alpine White, Helios Blue, Stone Gray, Tizen Red, and Malachite Green, as well as some special interior colors to kind of match with that. Unique wheels, the locking of a rear wing, black sports exhaust, Alcantara interior, and so on. But the TT and the TTS, which use a 4-cylinder power plant, should still be offered in the US market for another year or so, and then they will also be retired with the TTRS. So the TT is kind of just disappearing in general. But then also that kind of goes back to the RS3. So we did also just see the all-new RS3 has been launched both worldwide and of course in the US, and I guess no longer in Canada anymore. But at least for the United States market, which a lot of you guys are still from, we still get it. So we're only going to get it, of course, in sedan form. We don't get the RS3 hatchback or sportback, as they call it. And that does have a little bit more power than the outgoing TTRS. So the TTRS has a 2.5-liter turbo straight 5-cylinder, of course, transversely mounted, power going to all 4 wheels, and it has around 394 horsepower and a 7-speed dual clutch. Pretty quick for that tiny little car, around 3 to 3.3 seconds to 0 to 60 as well. But of course, the new RS3 gets a little bit of boost in power, around 401 horsepower. In the US, just due to different emissions regulations, only 394 horsepower in Europe. I think we get a louder exhaust with less restrictive catalytic converters in the US, which I think is a cool feature. The torque comes in pretty high at 5,600 to 7,000 RPM, which is really nice. So it kind of revs out, so you can get that really cool 5-cylinder exhaust note. So Audi says for the RS3 sedan, we'll have 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds from that 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, and of course power going to all 4 wheels. And with this new RS generation, we do have some really cool stuff happening. So we have like a drift feature on the new RS3 sedan, so it can kind of send more power to the rear wheels and kind of send that power to the left and right sides in different ways through torque vectoring and that special differential, which is really cool. But in general, this 5-cylinder engine is dying off, and 5-cylinder engines in general are pretty much non-existent. I believe the RS products that offer the 5-cylinder from Audi are pretty much the only ones in the market. I knew Volvo was pretty big with offering 5 cylinders in the past, and a few other manufacturers did offer them as well, but this is kind of it. So the successors are probably going to be fully electric. There's rumors that the new TT is going to be rebranded as, unfortunately, as an electric SUV, so it might be like the TT e-tron or something, or QTT. Who knows what's going to be happening, because Audi's been doing some crazy stuff lately with their e-tron products, but likely it's going to be some sort of EV product. And of course, going down the road, I'm sure the A3 will transition to EV as well. So this might be the last generation that we'll see the 5-cylinder engine, and even the RS3 products as well. So I guess buy them up if you can, if you're looking for them in the market. Really cool engines, really unique, and they sound really unique as well, almost like a baby V10. And this is kind of sad to see. So I guess Canada is kind of getting the axe, even before Europe or other markets as well. So maybe we'll see something change about this, but from this email, it looks pretty confident that they will not be offered in the Canadian market. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys this quick little update. Stay tuned for a lot more news, videos, and updates coming soon on YouTube, as well as on our main page on Instagram. Thank you again for watching. Now we're inside of the updated Audi TTRS here, and this car, it's not well understood, it's not well represented. It's a really great car, and you really got to understand it and come see it in person and try it out for yourself to really have a good appreciation for it. Now the interior does mimic the R8 a lot, as the R8 does not have any dash or infotainment screen here. Everything that you're going to be doing is centered right in this digital cockpit here, because Audi wants you to focus on driving. Again, a nice touch here. Again, like the R8, you have the nice sporty steering wheel, you have a nice Alcantara and leather mix, start-stop button on the steering wheel too, with your drive select mode over here as well. Again, it's a nice build, it's metal, it's really sporty, nice grip. Pedal shifters are actually plastic. They feel a little bit cheap too. I wish they went a little bit higher up on this. You get a nice full metal paddle shifters on a lot cheaper cars. Coming over to the door panels, you have plastic up here, you have a nice Alcantara over here, carbon fiber as well, and then usual Audi controls on the door. The center is also really nice. You have a nice, really like this ball-shaped gear select over here. Unfortunately, there's no manual. I know a lot of you guys want a manual, but you're just not going to be able to get it in this car. Again, this transmission is really good, so there really isn't too much complaining there. Again, you have this nice carbon fiber trim, your traditional Audi controls over here, and again, all of this is going to be controlling everything in this screen over here. There's nothing over here for you to control. Your climate controls are actually built into the vents over here, so if the car were on, you can turn these, and these are little screens that will show your temperature and then your regular climate control functions. Everything, it's an Audi, everything feels really nice, everything's very premium. The dash, I wish it was leather or they did like an Alcantara or something. This is like textured injection molded plastic. Again, it's premium, it's not hard, but it's just a little bit odd for this type of car. We do have a nice exhaust button right here. Definitely gonna want to open that up for this nice 5-cylinder. A lot of blank switches over here. You do get parking sensors and of course your traction control button, but there's a lot of blank switches. I'd like to see these filled up. The seats, again, are really nice. You have your RS seats. Nice bolstering on the sides. You have a really nice hexagonal pattern stitching that Audi always does on the RS seats. It's really nice. You have your RS embossed into the leather. They're nice. They're very grippy. They could be a little bit grippier. Maybe it incorporates an Alcantara. But again, overall, it's a nice car. It's like a little baby supercar, the TTRS. It's not fully really appreciated, and this is I think maybe one of the last 5-cylinder engine cars besides the RS3 on the US market. So it's something we all really need to appreciate a lot. So now we're going to find ourselves on the outside of the new updated TTRS. And again, it's a really interesting looking car. I'm not loving this paint color too much. It's a bit bold. You can get a lot of other colors, so don't worry about that. But again, it's a really unique car in this segment. There's nothing a lot like it, especially with its engine options and the features you're getting. Of course, Audi offers their quattro all-wheel drive system as standard. It is a rear biased all-wheel drive system, so you're going to get that nice feel in the corners and on the road. Very confidence inspiring. Coming up to the front end, you see your Audi logos in black over here. And you get these nice LED headlights over here. And coming down to the lower end, you can see it's really aggressive. They did a nice job really incorporating cooling, a nice big Audi grille, and then again the signature quattro badging down there. Really nice in the gloss black. Now Audi does offer really, really nice and really big wheels on the TTRS. And also you get these huge brakes that are going to help stop the car really well. And then if you want to talk about performance, all the engines up front, it is a transverse mounted engine because it is kind of a front wheel drive base platform, but there is no front wheel drive model, obviously. It's all wheel drive only. It's a 2.5 liter turbocharged 5-cylinder engine. Again, Audi is the only manufacturer doing 5-cylinder engines in the US market right now with their RS3 too. You're getting around 394 horsepower. Now we're coming over to the side of the new the updated TTRS. And we can see, I love Audi how they do their creasing along the side of the car. It gives it a really nice premium feel. You can see it go all the way down. If you come over to the front, we'll go and take a look on the other side because this side has a sign on it. I really like how Audi incorporates their folding design into their bodywork. A lot of people don't notice this. You can see it on some of the newer cars. Even Infiniti started copying it on their new Q50. But if you come over to this creasing, you can see how this panel kind of folds over the side fender over here of the hood. It's really interesting. It has a nice unique. You can see it kind of doesn't even close properly, which is done on purpose. It's not a defect. It's not a body panel. It's a design aspect, and I really like it on this car. Now coming around to the back of the Audi TTRS, Audi does a nice job with the taillights too. You can see these organic LED taillights over here. It's a really cool layered thing they're able to do with the OLEDs, which is another design. It has a really nice effect. Now, one thing, of course, fake vents over here. It's a design aesthetic. It looks really good with the car, so I'm not going to complain that much, but it's not that hard to just pop those little things open, and they could have a nice functioning vent there, and it would have worked really well. And of course, on your RS models, Audi is going to give you your giant oval exhaust, which is a signature of their design. And you do have a nice diffuser down here. It's going to help the aero. This is also going to complement really well with this nice big rear wing.